just before I know our time is up, you had offered to say a word to imposter syndrome, which, I think as we have the converted here in the room, in our community, this all sound, is such salve for what we want to be doing, to hear someone in your seat saying this all. And it feels big, right? No one here is a CEO of a Fortune 10 or 500. And, so it can be easy to feel so tiny and microscopic and inconsequential. So speak a little to that idea of imposter syndrome, of the kind of, who am I to weigh in here?
Yeah, my lifetime companion has been the imposter syndrome. And I didn't tell anybody about it until after I ran for office. And when I was challenged to run for office, the one question that just resoundingly sounded in my heart and in my head was just, who am I to run for president? It was just killing me. And it took me months to overcome it. But it was during, and you know what, it was during that process that I really befriended it. And I have now befriended my imposter, and I actually love my imposter, because it makes sure that I don't fall into the hubris syndrome, which I think is far more dangerous than having an imposter. I'd much rather have an imposter than having hubris. And I think what it does to me, it always makes me think that I can learn from others, that I need others around me, that I don't have the answers, but I can seek them. It keeps me very grounded, and it makes me think that I'm always on a learning journey, because like, who am I to think, like, everything I do, I honestly never have had confidence to do anything I've done. I have found the courage in my heart to do something that mattered to me. And through doing that, I have found confidence. And this has been a critical thing for me to share. And I share it a lot more lately, because I have found that every person that's made an impact in a small way or a big way, doesn't matter, has an imposter. The question is, do they share it? So we all have those voices, self-doubt to deal with, but befriending it and thinking about it as just disempowers it. So anyway, for whatever it's worth, people sometimes say, oh, you've done so many remarkable things. I still just feel like the little girl who doesn't know that much, and I'm just here to learn a whole lot more. And there are so many more people that know more than I do. And I hope I always will, because it keeps me real. And I think the danger in leadership is, and often if you're given power, is that you're surrounded by people who don't challenge you. And so having someone in the inside who constantly does is maybe just a healthy gift. And that's how I repositioned something that held me back sometimes from leaning in. And we need everyone to lean in now. Leadership cannot just come from the top. It needs to come from all of us. This is not a moment to be on the sideline. It is not a moment where everybody needs to impact the world stage either. There's so much work to be done locally, even in our families, on ourselves. But it's not an option to just sleep or watch TV through this moment in history. And I'm not against watching TV. I'm watching Crown right now and love it. So it's not a judgment, but it's just dedicating our inner work towards being in service in some way is going to be the most joy you'll ever discover in your life, even if it's hard. And that you are here tells me you already have discovered that a long time ago. I guess I'm only here to say you can be even bolder and braver in how you think about what you could impact. And you do become that when you're clear. So, yeah, that would be my message. Who are you going to choose to be? Start there, and then what are you going to choose to do? And when that clarity comes from the inside out, there is nothing that needs to hold you back. And if the imposter tries, have a dialogue. Oh, I know you think I can do it, but I know better. Just have some fun with the very self-doubt that is planted inside of all of us, and try to make that voice behind that louder in your heart.